Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome back to Farlands or Bust. Boy, I sure hope that I recorded that first woof. I sure hope I recorded any of this, really, but I'll get to that in a moment. Welcome back to Farlands or Bust. It's been a while. I dang near forgot that we made this open, breezy, breezy, beautiful cover girl hidey hole in the last episode. But yeah, that was episode 555. This is episode 556 of the series on a... Alright, that creeper's got his own business to attend to. On a... Oop, workbench. Almost forgot about that. On when is this coming out? This is coming out Thursday, January 28th, 2016. Oh, the news I have for you, my friends. The news I have for you. Yeah, let's continue walking to those far lands here in Minecraft Beta 1.7.3 and talk about those things, the most important of which is we're up another percent at farlandsorbust.com, raising money for Child's Play charity, up to 36% to our $60,000 goal. We are currently at $21,806.50. farlandsorbust.com is where you will see that donation tracker widget, as well as the big old green button that says donate. When you click on that, you donate directly to Child's Play charity, helping get toys, books, games to kids in hospitals around the world. As well as you get the option to add a comment, ask a question that I will answer in a future episode of Farlands or Bust here, and get us closer to that goal. And when we get that goal, we finally press F3 to find out how far we've walked this season. After all, this is the 6th season, and we are walking. We are walking far to those far lands. Did I not have... Oh, there they are. I'm like, I swear I had shears. They didn't break or anything. Here they are. Yoink! Whew, so yeah, a missed Tuesday episode this week, and I have good reason. For those of you who've been following the last month or so, well, the last 3 years or so, know that I've been attempting to build a new computer. Finally went around to do that, and did a little bit of the beginnings of it on a live stream, finished it up on my own, and now finally took the dive to get it up and running over the weekend. Took longer than a weekend. Oh man, but yeah, this is the first episode. Come back, you damn boat. This is the first episode of Farlands or Bust. Mark it on your calendars, episode 556. That is being recorded on the new system, and I'm doing so whilst simultaneously rendering an episode of Dirt Rally on the old computer. This is exactly the reason that I've set this up this way. This new computer, I've got to update the Farlands Bust website to have all the specs and everything like that, but it's an i7 6-core processor. It's running a GTX 970, 16 gigs of RAM, running Windows 10, which... hopefully we have good news about that in the future. Running Windows 10, running Minecraft Beta 1.7.3, and yeah, it's set up and running and working here, as far as I can tell. And it's a process, I doth declare. I mean, it's not just like, oh, getting it up and running and copying and pasting from the old computer. You gotta install all the stuff. I've had to install DxTory and Fraps. I've moved over the console capture card to this computer. I've got to install all the codecs, the video writing codecs, and gosh darn it, install the microphone. The microphone. This is a weird thing. Here's a weird thing with the new computer. And you might notice a definite change in my voice, in the sound of the microphone. On the old computer, I literally had in the Windows settings for my mic, it's set to 5% out of 100. 5% volume. And then I just have the audio interface gain set to a point where I can just get that loud enough where there isn't that much background noise, but then also not too loud where it's clipping. On this computer, here in Windows 10, still the same audio interface, still the same microphone, I have it up on like 60% on the Windows side, and the microphone pretty much boosted almost to the top, and it still seems a little bit quiet. It's good that I'm not peaking out as much, unless I get really close like this. It's good that I'm not peaking out the mic as much, but I'm trying to figure out why that is a thing that has happened and transpired before us. It honestly, just from that Dirt Rally video, it seems to sound a little bit better. A little bit crisper, a little bit less overdriven, I guess. Wolfie! Trying to break the workbench. But, yeah, I don't know what the deal with that is. But, I guess we'll see. Still figuring things out here. Still recording stuff. Seems to be recording smoothly. Minecraft itself can only run so fast, so I don't think we're going to be getting much in the way of view distance or the world generating faster or anything like that. Obviously, for everybody who thought this terrain jitters was due to lag or, oh, you need a faster computer. No, this is a fast computer, and it still happens. So it's not to do with lag or speed of processing or graphics or anything. That's just what we're dealing with here in Farlands or Bust when you get over 2 million blocks from spawn. Is what we're dealing with here. So yeah, I'm hoping everything records correctly, and then I can bring it over to the old computer and render it correctly, and then upload it correctly. Still some very tenuous situations here. I've got everything set up though, and it's hopefully working. It's still not 100% set up. I still want a, if you know what a KVM switch is. Because I have 2 computers here. I have my Corsair, my like main keyboard and mouse hooked up to this computer we're playing on, the gaming computer, we'll call it. I've got an old keyboard and an old mouse hooked up to the old computer, but then I have them both going into the same monitors, so I just have to switch the inputs on the monitors, but then I gotta switch over to a new keyboard, and I always forget. I'm like on the old computer trying to edit stuff, and then I'm trying to use this computer's keyboard. So I've got, damn it, Wolfie. Dang nabbit, Wolfie. I'm trying to, well, I've ordered a KVM switch. Is just basically a thing you can plug in your keyboard and mouse, and then it splits to both computers, and then you just switch computer A, computer B, so that you don't have to worry about switching your keyboards all the time. So that's on the way. That's technically a KM switch, keyboard mouse switch. KVM is keyboard video mouse. That would do the monitor stuff, but since I have a multi-monitor setup, those get expensive, so I'm just doing a KM switch without the V. But yeah, that's going to be coming actually after this weekend, because this weekend is PAX South, and as I mentioned before, I am attending PAX South. Little bit bad. I set bad timing all around for myself. I tend to schedule hectic and stressful things all around the same time. It's a little bit annoying that I'm in the midst, not even finished with this new setup. Don't quite have everything exactly how I want it. But I've got to stop. Got to stop and go away tomorrow to PAX South. But that's all right. I do see that some of you are attending, and I look forward to seeing you there. So let me run down the gist of the PAX South. I'm trying to decide if I have time again. Stress, having time, not enough time for anything. Have time to make like a dedicated vlog type of video for like announcing this stuff, but if you're a true Farlander, then you're probably watching Farlands or Bust, and this is where you can get your information. Although I might be giving it to you after the sun sets. But yeah, anyway, that's where the cookie crumbles with the new setup, and it's a thing. Well, I guess I could say, all right, moving on. PAX South, no panel this year. I'm not on any panels this year at PAX South in San Antonio. I am, however, as a member of Mindcrack, Floating Island, part of the booth. We got a booth, splitting a booth with Nerd Fusion, which is Sevidus's company. Pretty much everybody from Nerd Fusion, except for Paws, is going to be there. And then from Mindcrack, myself, Good, Seth Bling recently said he's joining us. Jay Sano are going to be there. Also, Chad and Aurelian, but them twos are busy folks with other things. Aurelian is with Twitch, and Chad is doing some bloggy promotional stuff for somebody else. So I'm not sure how many moments they're going to have to be at the Mindcrack Nerd Fusion booth. But yeah, we're all gonna be there. And that's going to be interesting at the booth. The booth number is in the main expo hall. There really is only one expo hall here in PAX South. Booth number, what's the booth number? 10062. It's not one of the side booths, surprisingly. I thought we would just get one of those normal people side booths. Side booth. Sounds like something else. But we've got like a floor space. Kind of sandwiched along the wall, so it's approachable from all angles. We're gonna have tables to do signings. I think there's gonna be some sort of wall where we can take pictures. There's gonna be, I think, couches, or it could be just like I predicted before. It could just be that we set up a flimsy card table and some lawn chairs, and that's gonna be our booth next to all these $40, $50, $60,000 booth arrangements. From like Twitch builds like an entire building on theirs, and we'll see. We'll be either the ghetto or we'll be all right. But looking forward to that. And yeah, let's go to sleep. And I'll have some news about a Farlander Kurt J. Mac meetup in San Antonio this weekend in the morning. And awakeness, and San Antonio neoneoniness. Oh, man. So this is where the meetup is happening. In the basement of the Alamo. Pee-wee reference. No, all right, so here's what I've discovered. Or here's what I've planned, I guess is the word that I was looking for. Like I mentioned, I would like to have not a mind crack. Although I'm not sure. Most of the, like I said, the Mindcrackers are going to be manning the booth for the majority of the time. We're also like selling T-shirts and posters, I think, as well. Same thing with Nerd Fusion has some of the same kind of merchandise stuff. But I don't know too much. I'm just going to go there and sit and be. I'm going to exist at the booth at certain times. But careful of it. But more specifically, I wanted to have a Farlander meetup, as in I go to a place and meet people. Whether or not you have a PAX South badge, there are still badges, by the way, available for Friday and Sunday if you would like to actually go inside PAX South. But if you don't have a badge and you just want to meet up outside of the convention center, this is what I've got planned. Subject to change, depending on... The weather seems like it's going to be good, but depending on availability, crowds, and whatnot. But here's what I've got planned. Saturday, the biggest day. That's actually sold out for PAX. The biggest day for PAX. So I figured also a weekend, so people will have off work or whatever. Saturday the 30th, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. local time, at... the La Velita, or Villita? The little village. La Velita Historic Arts Village. So it's the Village, Historic Arts Village, which is just across the street from the San Antonio Convention Center where PAX South is being held. Just west, across the street across South Alamo Street. Look it up on Google Maps. Look at the satellite image. There's the big name. The big name there is the La Velita Historic Arts Village, if I could say it in as an American accent as I possibly can. The La Velita Historic Arts Village. There's like a courtyard smack in the middle. And then there is a little octagonal fountain. If you see the octagonal fountain, that is going to be the meetup point at 1 p.m. Saturday. This is all kind of pending. I do remember seeing this place last year at PAX South, and despite being right across the street from the convention center, it's actually away from all the main entrances, so it was pretty dead. It was pretty dead. Seemed to be a decent amount of space for a few people. So I don't think we're going to run into any crowd issues. You know, some people have done or do meetups in front of the convention center or on the Riverwalk, but it just seems like there's too many crowds there and things get a little bit too bunched up. So this is a little bit of ways, a little bit of a walk from the convention center, but I feel like it's the right area, it's the right space, and it's empty enough, or at least in my own experience from last year, that we should be able to have no problems with a small group around there. If you are coming from, like, somewhere else in town, if you're driving in, there are actually parking lots west of the Arts Village that I rented a car last year, and I actually found that those parking lots still had parking in them. Oh, God! Oh, no, not again. Why is this happening here now? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What the deuce? All right. Remember that happened before? And this is on the new system. What is going on? Should we be all right to continue, or do I need to reboot the game? It's noon here. Let's reboot the game really quick. I might, oh, you know, let me check the RAM allowances. That might be a problem as well. So, un momento. I'll be right back. Dang it! All right, we are back. And hopefully everything's all right. I put the RAM usage to 2 gigs. I actually had it on 4, but that might be too much. That might exacerbate the problem. So I put it on 2 gigs. You know what I am going to do is reduce the render distance by 1. From far to normal, I guess. I just pressed F there. So we're going to have a little bit of fog on the horizon, but maybe that'll help a bit. Sorry, continuing on. Yeah, see, I think it's the old version of the game. It's this floating point problem that we continue to deal with that causes all of this. No amount of power in your computer can help you from the problems invoked by walking to the far lands, I guess. But I was saying, San Antonio, the La Villita Arts Village, holy criminy! Ah, that was the closest fall not had ever. Near miss, I guess. Well, a near miss would be a hit. All right, well, I would have survived that, but I just glanced right off the edge there. Whew. So yeah, there is parking. Sorry, I was talking about the parking. There are parking lots just west of that on Nueva Street. Again, look at Google Maps on the Earth, the Google satellite mode. There were parking lots just west of it that I ended up parking at, and I don't think it was too expensive. I think it was like $6 or something like that. Because all the parking garages and stuff near the convention center are like completely full. Don't even go into them because you'll get stuck driving all the way to the top and then waiting to get out, going all the way back down in a line. But yeah, these are just open air parking lots to the west of the convention center and to the west of this arts village. Those had spots available last year. I don't know if attendance is going to increase or anything like that. So that's on your own self of how to arrange where you're going to park or whatever. And also, I just want to say this. I'm not going to be able to stop anybody from doing anything, but don't like drive in from hours away for a Farlander meetup. That's not necessary. I'm really not that important. I don't need to hear from people like driving from New Mexico or something to meet Kurt J. Mac. That would make me very nervous and put a lot of pressure on me. But I can't stop you if you are the type of person to do that. But yeah, I think that's all the information. I should probably make a separate video about that, shouldn't I? That I should post on like Friday or something, because I feel like it's a little bit hidden here in Farlands or Bust, and also in the technical difficulties cut that we just had to do back there. A little bit of a scatterbrained informational stuff going on there. But yeah, that's what I've got planned for that. Might change. Follow me on Twitter. /KurtJMac is where I'm on Twitter. Just in case I scope the area out and they have some sort of big event going on or something like that, and I need to change the location or the time. Right now, that time is available to me, and I figure it's after lunch. I'll be able to eat lunch, and everybody will be all fed and energy up and whatever. So that should be all right. So I think we'll go with that. So Whew, yeah, just so much stuff going on right now. I gotta go out. I'm gonna get this video rendering. I'm gonna go out and get a haircut for the first time in years. I've been shaving my head since the Jason Statham initiative there in 2014. Was it? Yeah, it was 2014. And January 2014. I've been shaving my head and just buzz cutting my own hair, and so I've been letting it grow a bit. So I'm actually going to go out to the fancy Great Clips or something, because I'm fancy like that, and get like a legit haircut for the convention, so I don't look like a goob. Well, I don't look more like a goob than I already do, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I gotta pick up a few things. I've gotta still like do some laundry and pack. I've run out of Tomb Raider episodes. I might play a couple Tomb Raider just to make sure that the console recording and stuff, video making, works in this new setup. I'm still, like I said, I'm still gonna get the Switch that's on its way, the keyboard mouse switch. I'm still keeping my eye on like a third monitor. Would be nice, even though I do have a TV set up here for my racing experience. It's way off to the side, so I'm thinking of a third monitor, and then have all three set up for the new computer, and then just use one or two on the rendering computer. I don't know. It's still all kind of. I'm figuring things out, formulating, and woo, surfing. Woo, I didn't even have to touch the water. That's some super service right there from that boat. They care about their customers. So yeah, I'm just trying not to. Remember, this is 2016, the year of no stress, of taking it easy, of having fun, and upping at them and whatnot. Oh, speaking of which, I do have that patron server stuff starting to get figured out. So if you are a patron of mine in the top tiers, the $40 and above, keep an eye on your messages. Although, no, never mind, because I'm going to be gone. If you haven't received a message yet, then don't worry about it. We'll figure that stuff out and get it all up and running when I get back on February 2nd. So, yeah. Forget I ever mentioned it. Woo! Zombies. So, yeah, alright, let's make an elevated hidey hole here. What has happened to all my dirt? Oh, that's right. I didn't have any dirt collected because I created the last episode's hidey hole with TNT. So that tends to change the whole setup. Ooh! This is right over a cave. Should be alright. Boop. Oh, no. I said boop! There we go. And boop. Alright, let's go to sleep. And I do have actually some questions from donors here that I will answer in the morning. Careful, Luffy! And wakeness. Careful, Luffy! What are you doing? Get off of that. Ha! Luffy. Oh, well. He's off gallivanting on some trees. Alright, more boats. Beep up. Woof. There we go. I gotta make a new shovel as well. Alright, so let's get some questions here. When you donate to Child's Play charity at Far Lanes of Us, you can ask a question. Make sure to leave your name in the comment box as well, because by default, all donations are anonymous. If you want to, or you can just be anonymous. But we got some theme questions here based around automobiles. This question is asking, just one question, dash, SUs or Weber DCOEs for your fair Lady Z? I'm going to say that based on the fact that I have no freaking clue what you're talking about, that maybe I need to learn some things before buying a classic car. Specifically, the fact that I was really interested in and looking at old Datsun 240, 260, 280Z cars from the 70s. This is apparently some sort of carburetor situation choice that needs to be made when you have an old car like that. And I don't know the difference, and I don't know anything about them. So yeah, I also know I have noticed that like you need to tune a carburetor or synchronize them or something. So maybe I need to learn about all that stuff before I dive in to you know, getting an old car like that. So I don't know, that might be a 2017 resolution or something. We've got some learning to do first, and then like I said in the last episode, we've got some manual transmission learning to do as well. So yeah, thanks for that question. And yes, I did embarrass myself by not knowing what the heck you're talking about. So next question from Powers2440. What do you think of the law that recently passed that may make manufacture of reproduction cars more possible? Would you buy a reproduction 57 Chevy? I looked this up, and I think specifically in California, or is it a federal law? Somewhere there's a law that says, okay, you can make reproduction, like a manufacturer can actually make reproduction classic cars that are more than 35 years old, I think, up to a limit of like 350 cars or something like that. Previously, I don't think you could do that. Like, you could manufacture a kit car, but you can't deliver the completed car to the customer. You basically have to give them the pieces to put together themselves, which is where the term kit car came from, which is why you see a lot of reproduction old Porsche Roadsters, a lot of reproduction kit car Shelby Cobras, hot rods. So it's like, it's a brand new car. It's just designed to look or act or be exactly the same as an old car. So yeah, apparently there's some law passed that now is allowing manufacturers to make these cars. And normally, you know, and the thing is it's not Chevy that's going to be doing this. It is XYZ shop down the street who realistically only makes 4 or 5 of them per year for customers, and you know, does things that way. Would I buy one? Probably not, because they are a heck of a lot more expensive than the actual old cars. You know, if you look at you know, a completely from the ground up kit car of a hot rod, they'll last $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, as opposed to if you find somebody who actually has an old hot rod or whatever and put it together, depending on the condition, you know, like showroom quality, then yeah, maybe you are going to be looking at $40,000, $50,000. But a daily driver type condition, something that actually runs, you can get under 20 grand, even under 10 grand if you don't mind if it doesn't have an engine or not, you know, if you want to put it together yourself. So yeah, I don't know. That could be interesting, I guess. But I don't think it would be at all aimed at my price bracket. So probably not. Probably not. Like, would I buy a reproduction 240Z? Probably not, because, you know, there are some around here that I could see for $6,000 or $7,000 or $8,000, you know, that seem decent enough. That actually runs and drives and stops and whatever, the important things. So probably not. It's not so much about, oh, it's not authentic, or oh, it's not realistic, or it's a new car, it's not an old car. You're not. That's not the gearhead thing to do. It's more about price. Price and market is really what that decision from me would be more about. But yeah, thanks for that question. Oh, I don't have a shovel still. Ugh. What else? Whoop. Phone going off. Phone number not recognized, so hang up on you. This one from Sophie, or Fairy Sneezes. Sophie asks, I am the only female studying my course at university for motorsport engineering. That's a crazy cool sounding university. Motorsport engineering. So my question to you is, what do you think can be done to encourage more women into male-dominated careers? I mean, it's a problem all around with almost a lot of the careers that at least I am familiar with. It's a problem with science and space flight. It's a problem with computers, with gaming, with technology-centered fields. So I think, you know, as far as, you know, in a lot motorsports and cars, even more, it's a little bit more blatant, I think, because motorsports is kind of a consumer, is kind of a marketing, advertising centric field, as opposed to like with the sciences, astronomy. It's a little bit more behind closed doors, I suppose, the problems present there. But with like motorsports, you know, some very simple items to change. Like I have, since playing Formula 1 on the computer, started to kind of tune in, maybe not tune in live, but maybe tune into rebroadcasts or whatever of actual live Formula 1 races. And like before the race starts, having the grid girls, and then after the race ends, having all these. They're not like in bikinis or anything like that. They used to be, but they're not anything like that. But in the, you know, very distinct. They're there for a reason. You know, the only girls you see. You don't see that many women on the teams or in the crew. I mean, there might be a few. I don't know, but they're certainly not visible. On the crew, certainly no female drivers. The only females you see are the grid girls, or are the girls who present the trophies, or just, they don't even present the trophies. They just kind of stand there as adornment, as objects. And ooh, look at this! Ooh, look at that cave. I like that cave. Too bad it's too high up there. I will not be going. Ooh, what's that little piece of water doing? Hold on, we got to investigate this now. Is it not flowing? Oh, flow, water. We watch you become a true waterfall. Excuse me, Wolfie. We're watching the joy of nature. Nature! In a video game. So yeah, I mean, blatant changes like that need to happen. And there are still staunchly stubborn people who advocate against those changes, which is unfortunate. So yeah, I mean, it's basically down to visibility. And even outreach. It's not enough to say, oh well, it's yeah, there can be as many female drivers as there wants to be. It's just that there's none of them here. Well, you gotta like actively open it up. Like, okay, this is a position that we're going to open up specifically, you know, for a woman to apply or to fill, or which, you know, I know there's some weird competitive laws and stuff that are against that and pro, but you know what I'm saying. As a sport, as a specifically marketing and very consumer front-facing endeavor as motorsport is. I mean, even as far as going back, you're in school, you know, schools encouraging. It's raining. Wow, we've had a lot of rain. So this is damn El Nino, I tell you. The you know, colleges and schools encouraging via scholarships specifically directed at or programs, having teachers even, you know, that promote that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff, but it's going to be it can't just be, oh, I'm all for, you know, you can't be oh gosh, I guess we're building Wolfie. There he is, our hidey hole inside here. You can't just be like, you can't be passive about it, I guess, in anything, in any of these fields, in any of these careers or whatever. So yeah, I mean, even racing games, I had a lot of strong words for Forza Horizon. Oh God, Forza Horizon 2 in kind of the way that all the cutscenes had young females as adornment versus like actual participants in Forza Horizon 2. In games, in media. All that stuff kind of has to change, and it has to be a purposeful. Woo, doggy! It's a thunderstorm. When was the last time we saw lightning in Farland Bust? I don't think I'm gonna stick around to see lightning. Do I just see lightning? Does it sound like so much better than the current versions of the game, or is that just me? Come on now. Fire and brimstone and whatnot. Yes, Wolf. Aw, was that it? Aw. The moment I walk back in, it's gonna happen again. It's like meteors. Whoa! Aw. I'm stuck in this kind of trench here. Oh, cool! I don't know why I'm so excited about this, Wolfie. I feel like I should bring Wolfie in, actually. Come on in, Wolfie! Quick! Wolfie! Wolfie! Whoa, I almost smacked him. Alright, let's cover up. Dogs are deathly afraid of lightning, as I've learned with Eva here. Well, I guess they're more deathly afraid of thunder. And fireworks. Alright, well that's neat. That is a neat way to end it, because we're actually not going to be coming back for Saturday. Or Tuesday, because, as I mentioned... Great! As I mentioned at the beginning, or in the middle, or whatever I mentioned it, we are going to PAX South this weekend. If you are attending PAX South, stop by any of the 3 days. The Mindcrack Nerd Fusion booth to say hello. There are like specific times I'm going to be there, but I don't know what they are. I'll tweet. I'll say I am at the booth now for the next couple hours or whatever. I don't really have much else to go. There is simply a... you know what I should have done? I made another shovel. There is a panel late on Sunday about charity live streaming and stuff that I wanted to... I'm not sure how helpful it's going to be, but I just wanted to attend to see. But that's at like 4 or 5 p.m. on Sunday. So otherwise I have no real plans for PAX South. So if I see you there, say hello. If you're interested in that outside PAX South San Antonio Farlander meetup, check that out as well. And yeah, stay tuned for more awesome video production here now that I have the multi-computer setup. It's still going to take me a good 2 or 3 weeks to get like into the groove and like actually figure out a proper system to work with here, but we'll do it. We'll do it. When will we do it? Eventually. We will do it eventually. So yeah, thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for donating to Child's Play charity at farlandsbus.com. My name is Kurt. The thunder sounds awesome. I will see you next time. In the basement of the Alamo.